It's a wild land. It's a free land. The spirit will move you. You feel the earth here. The green, the river, the birds, nature, and become one with nature and all that is. Come to Spirit Horse, find the truth of your being and the truth of others and the truth of life. Spirit Horse has awoken the spirit of the real me, knowing who I am, knowing what life is. I'm feeling joyful and excited and alive. It's the most alive this one has felt in a very long time.
Right now, it feels gentle, nurturing, it feels healing, peaceful. There's a stillness in me which is listening to the leaves, and it's just taking everything in, the warmth of the sun, the change of the light, the colours, the buzzing of the insects, and feeling at peace with everything and in the right place. Being here is like, I'm thinking of Snow White, and when she's in the forest, she's there being protected. She's just in the forest, and as a kid when you're watching it and you see her walk through the forest and she's so beautiful but she doesn't really realise it, and the birds are coming and sitting on her and she's so in touch with nature, and you're watching it as a cartoon when you're little and you're just like, oh, I wish I was her, or I could be in that film. And then coming here, you really get the sense of being in that magic which you always wished was true when you were a kid, and you think, oh, it's only in films, it's only in cartoons. And here you really feel like you're part of it and you're living it. I walked up by the side of the river and the waterfall. I could just hear the birds buzzing, and just taking my shoes off and walking up the hill just changed the whole way I walked and made me feel like a fairy, or I felt so not like, oh, that's nature and this is me. It was like we were all the same thing, and I had such a feeling of belonging and just part of the magic and part of nature that you always want to connect with. Was clambering along and found little spots to like stop and rest and just watch the dragonflies flying around and watch the stream and just the little creatures and the little plants, and just noticing their beauty and knowing that they felt my presence as well, that there was something that kind of encompassed everything and it felt so in harmony and so in tune. It's home.
I heard of Spirit Horse and came to Call of the Wild. I wasn't sure exactly what it was all about. I've done no shamanic work at all ever before. And it's been an unbelievable week, 9 days. And I've been married for 50 years and thought I had a sense of what women wanted, or even what I wanted. And at the end of 9 days, I've learnt more in that time than I learned in those 50 years. So I would recommend it to anybody, any age, young, old. It'll change your life and startle you, amaze yourself as to who you end up being and how you can live in the world. So thank you, Spirit Horse, thank you, Call of the Wild. Changed my life.
There's a sense of rightness to this place, the valley and the community. This is the thing, it's hand in hand. I don't want to be trite, it feels blissful, especially since I arrived with a lot of heart constriction, and I've done some work on that. The valley is just blossoming. May blossom everywhere. I feel a massive sense of release, infinite space around my heart, just going back and back into the beginning of me, and I'm smiling for the first time in 2 years. It's restorative. This place, these people, the honesty of the people, the simplicity of living here. There's a knowing when you walk on site. There's almost like an outside and an inside, like the outside world, the fast, mad, humdrum, speed, and you start coming through the way in your car to get here, getting closer and closer. And your breathing slows down. No matter what you bring in, The magic resonates, I think, out of the valley, up and over some of the hills, and there's a point where you just think, right now I feel really, really peaceful, and I didn't, and I do now. That's genuinely, genuinely peaceful.
What I really loved was just stop being completely disconnected with what was happening in my life, kind of, and reconnect with more simple things, like taking the time to take the time. It's silly, but just that, to take the time to eat, to talk to people, to just feel peaceful.
What you find here at Spirit Horse is just the sounds of nature. You have a pristine environment that speaks to you, albeit very, very quietly, but at Spirit Horse they'll get you in a position that you can hear it. And also your heart is speaking to you very, very quietly, and at Spirit Horse they'll put you in a position that you can hear it. What I find interesting is what the environment is telling you versus what your heart is telling you. They're telling you the same thing, because it's the same signal, and you have an opportunity to touch it with your own hands. I feel that it was important to come here and feel a connection with the place, because it's unspoiled. It's got no interference.
Every day, every hour we got to spend there, we kind of drop deeper and deeper into this ancient way of living and to this ancient way of connecting. And I can tell you, like, it changed my children and the way they saw the world around them. You know, you open up more and more again to the eyes that you have to see the beauty around you, and the feet touching the ground, and the cold water, and the soft grass, and the cave. Just to kind of be in that beautiful space of Mother Nature. You go from, oh, there's not much to do, to, oh my God, there is so much to explore and discover, simply because you allowed yourself to drop in that much deeper and to connect that much closer with simply the nature that is around you. The beautiful seeds that the Spirit Horse plants in every person that comes through the moment you enter the magical land, just the way that people interact with each other, and the spaces that are created to open up your heart and to open up like a space where you can just let out your joy and your passion is just unreal. Like, it's so nurturing and so like radiating and expanding in your heart to see somebody else try something new, or to just share something that they love doing so much, to pick up an instrument for the first time ever, just to dance so wildly around a fire, or to speak a voice that comes out from some unexplainable place, and just to feel that life energy rushing through them, to connect with the other people on such a pure way. I was just in awe and wonder and mesmerized by the people and the beauty that lies within every single person. You know, when they allow their bodies to dance and to move, when they allow their voices to sing, when they allow like their hands to create, and just to have that beautiful space where that is possible. Oh my God, like, it's just, I almost want to say unreal, even though it's not, because it exists, right? So for me, I guess, to having experienced that and having seen my children thrive in that environment within only like hours of arriving there, that was just such a blessing to my life and to their lives. My greatest desire is for you to be able to experience the same, and to be able to walk that path down into the valley, and, you know, to feel what it's like to gather with women in a sacred space, for men together in a sacred space, and then for those two to unite together, celebrating each other's fears, hopes, dreams, worries, pains, like tears of joy, tears of sadness, like everything is welcome. Join the space and join the people and join the heart-opening space.
When you get the space, do you just jump naked in the river, drum and yourself to the fire, and cry and laugh and scream. Something ancient, free and wild remembers within you. It remembers how to be ecstatic, how to live in harmony with nature, with yourself, and with each other. And you realize that your tears and your smiles, they're the most precious offering from your heart to the world, and that other people's tears and smiles are equally nourishing to you. And you start honoring something divine within yourself and within others. And then you take that back to the city and you are empowered.